Baby. Well, welcome to another crazy Edging with podcast. Edging with friends. Nocturnal Emissions. Let's go. As you see, I'm not in my sexy attire. The guest has arrived. The guest is here. Well, just got home from my game, and let's see, with the Jays on. Yeah, I brought him out tonight. Usually I don't wear them to hockey, but something told me to, so I was like, I'll wear them. But I've stopped playing like twice a week and playing once, and man, it sucks. Like, I fucking play like garbage. I just feel like I've gotten slower. Like, I'm still okay, but I think I can. It just got so expensive. It's like $430 for one team, and a team is whatever. I mean, most of them are pretty cool, but I like playing pickup. So I need to stop being lazy and just go back to my Simsbury morning, because those guys are cool as shit. And yeah, but Yashu and Paul, it's good to see you guys in here. Oh shit! I gotta respond back to this guy. I did not answer your inquiry because I was not sure what you said, because I kind of hit refresh on the wrong tab, so like it refreshed the chat, not the Chrome link. And I also had an idea for this, like take this to the next level of maybe doing, like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, like doing Omegle or Omi or Monkey, and then like just meet people and talk about the podcast, and do that for like an hour and just kind of meet and try to get people to like come on and like sub and like the content. I just had this weird idea driving back. You know, I watch a famous guy on there. maybe if we get a little more popular, that'd be cool. I'll do the EWF coin, and then everybody just gives their money, and then I just sell it all off. Is that what happened? Is that what the Trump coin was? Or what was the other coins that did that too? Little cash grab? I got to respond to this dude for... Look at the card. Marketplace is great. Marketplace is a great spot to sell shit, but man, you really deal with some dumb people. Because I always like, oh, is this available? Rug pulling. Ooh. Who was the big crypto guy that got caught and is in prison or going to prison? That did that, right? He did a bunch of those cash grabs. I'm all for it. Well, let's see. So I'm trying to sell my car on there because I really want a motorcycle. Like, you have no idea. Like, it is bad how bad I want my bike. I didn't think I'd miss my bike so much, and I didn't take it for granted. But SBF, is that SBF? But man, I missed the bike. Like today would have been perfect. I would just went right. I would literally went from here to the shore, and then just rode back, and I'd have been totally set with my day, my whole week. Get a Harley. Oh, the Pigman's in the building, everybody. Pigman. I am not getting a Harley. They're nice. I have nothing against them. Nothing at all. They're just not me. I think the only Harley I drove, well, I drove a few. I drove one of the 883s. I know it's a Sportster. Oh, it's a girl's bike. Whatever. That shit was cool as fuck, and it was quick. It was fast. It reminded me of like a street bike the way that the throttle response was. No, I want to be hunched over in agony, arms killing me, my wrists falling asleep. But that is the ideal situation. This being discomfort. Because Sam Bankman Fried. Yeah. That sounds, yeah. Yeah, Paul would know who that crook was. But yeah, I've been looking. I know what I want, which is a good thing because there's like a lot of there's actually not a lot of options for bikes. Buell does make a pretty sick street bike. I think it's 1,000 cc's is that one. It sounds pretty dope. Yeah, Paul, that day at the beach, I still have that photo where you guys dipped on the police and I'm riding. You were riding Stan's bike, and then I was riding it, and you guys took off on the bikes, dude. Ain't nothing like it. Like I can actually, that's like one thing I can do by myself. That's besides masturbating that I don't mind doing alone. Like riding a motorcycle, it's just something about it. On a sec. So here's the tension thing. So Paul, let's see. I would never. Yeah. What about the coat hanger incident at the church? And that was true. When your exhaust almost killed me, when that shit flew off, those were the days right there. Oh man, I went for a run yesterday, and like I went for a run, and like my attention was like all over. My brain was. I ran a 740 mile, but man, like my thoughts were just going like I just couldn't even calm my fucking brain down. It was wild, and I kind of reset for the night because I needed energy for last night. Last night went south really quick, and Paul, the ZX9, the ZX9s are just great bikes. They have so much torque, torquey little bastards. Kawasaki's are fucking sick, dude. So torquey, but man, yeah. Last night was in this is Sneaky Canadian. Oh, one of our new followers. I wonder if he follows us on his account. Sneaky Canadian. So I gotta read your text. Wait a minute. Let me do that now. Because I was driving back and I didn't get to see it. Well, like I said, I got the Alanis and I have the Zows or whatever. You got another one for free? Did you weasel your way into gifts and free shit all the time? I love it. Yeah, if you want some of the Zows, like I don't know, whatever you want. Oh, I mean, Sneaky Canadian's a newest fanboy of the group. So, thanks for joining us, Sneaky Canadian. Oh man, I was supposed to do one thing for the live stream today, and I didn't even do it. And I thought about doing it now, but then I figured I'd run to Snap. I could probably go. I could probably try to do it. I was trying to add the overlay for like when someone joins. So tomorrow I'm gonna have that one, and I'll let you know. I mean, I'm down to trade. That's fine. I'll trade with those. I like it. That shit. 3 of mine for 1 of yours is what I can offer. Yeah, I like that. 3, make it 4 and you got a deal. But I want to do an animation for people who follow. But I don't get a whole lot of followers on here. So it gives me another week to try it. But kind of want to try something new in the future. I don't know how I would make it work though. Talking to people. I'd have to have Paul set me up. We have our guest, everybody. The guest. This fucking cat. This dude. I put the food down. He jumps on a table and starts eating like a dog. I whooped his ass. He'll probably do it again. But there you go. I just hits his claim to fame right there. I don't even know what he's looking for. He's just... Yeah, I'm starting to get like the real creative juices going on. Getting people in here. Dude's on top. Dude on top. Dude! Okay. Dude, that's a great friend right there. That is any, especially like guys, right? Like if you don't insult your closest friends, it's like why have them if you can't? Like I don't know, something about it just it keeps everyone humble. It makes everyone it puts everybody on an even playing field. So last night was even playing field. I'm making fun of Jeff. I make fun of him all the time. Make fun of Rob. Chris, Sneaky Canadian. I'll give you a little sneak peek. The cat's... Wait. The cat's going to knock... No. No. Get out. Don't knock over my cover. It's a super long one, but it's got chapters, so you can literally just skip Brian Salisbury Day. See what I mean? Yeah, it's a little... It's long, and I even got Paul a new chair to sit in. Get off the TV! Oh my God, this cat. What are you swatting at? Come over here and swat over here. I'm completely derailed on what I was trying to talk about. But yeah, you gotta insult your good friends. Sometimes you even gotta kick them under down. The Iranian, where is that bald man? Have you talked to Jeff today? Has any of you guys talked to Jeff today? I don't know if he's coming on later, if he's in here. Dude, I've never seen him. I never seen him that drunk. I've seen him at Halloween parties drunk. But you know what, dude? We had a good time. Nobody was, besides Rob, was in any kind of danger. But no, man, he was good. I mean, he partied and we wanted to go out and he got fucked up. Fuck it, I was there too. You know what? And sometimes you gotta let that one friend really just go all out, and then you just get them back safely and just fuck them. That man tipsy is something, dude. No, he was not tipsy. This guy went from standing up to laying down. Yeah, he's with the worms. He was crazy. Come on, cat. But it was good. It was a fun time. I haven't done that in years. Just go out with a couple buddies. And Rob is hilarious. Rob likes talking to everybody. Rob also has a dark side to him. That comes out. I know he doesn't watch this. He doesn't subscribe to me, so he's not going to see this. And at one point, I had to say something to Rob. Anybody knows me. I'm not controversial with it. I don't like getting into. I don't like being put into a position where I have to be argumentative, especially like that. But this time, yep, that's right. Have fun and enjoy life, and be nice to people. Unless you're Rob. Rob, I wish you were on here right now so you can come in and tell your side of the story. Because Rob, you had a different perception of what happened. And let's see, we'll go on layers of drunkenness. It's going to be Jeff, Rob, me. So which is crazy because we're all consistent on what we had. Yeah, Rob has cocaine. Rob, I would, if he did coke last night, he probably would probably been in better shape than he was. But he did not. Well, maybe he did. He is. I learned a lot last night, and it was I actually liked being part of a rescue mission. I even texted Jen too, and I was like, "Listen, things got kind of out of hand," and Jen and I are not together, but we're like we fucking bullshit every day. And she was almost worried. I'm like, nah, I wouldn't go that far. But I said things did get kind of out of hand, and I would totally do that again. But see, like, I think the shots what screwed it up, because Jeff was wondering like something that got fucked up with his drink, but he was drinking strong shit all night. So like he had the same drink and over and over and over, which is, it's usually a pretty good rescue. We're looking for tortas. What kind of reminded me? Going out last night. Yeah, you're lucky 1:30. I didn't get home till 5, dude. I text you out 1:30. That shit was just getting started. But so going out to the bar last night, like trying to talk to women, and it almost felt like we were back in Europe. Like nobody. And me, I'm not a social person. Like I'm not like, for me to go up to like some chick and start talking to her, like something chemistry in my brain goes off and says, oh, okay, you're okay to do this. And I go do it, and then get like shut down. I'm like, wait, you just like smiled at me and like we had brief talk. And I was like, I just kind of want to follow up. I offered you a drink, and then you clam up. I was like, what do you? Hang on. Oh yeah. I mean, Rob was talking. Andrew will love this. Andrew loved this because we had a potential cuck, right? So Rob was talking to this girl. Well, so, dudes, yeah, I don't know why I did that. It made me sick. McMahon said no, and it wasn't. No, the issue wasn't who liked what. It was more of conversating. And granted, it is probably easier to talk to dudes in a bar. Like guys are just chilling. We had this one dude. Oh my God, I forgot about him. The first guy we meet there, I thought it was Alex Jones. And he comes out of left field. Big dude, bald. And hang on. Oh, I'll get back to the cuck story, but this dude looked like Alex Jones like 5 years ago or 3 years ago when he was a bigger dude. And he was just talking to anybody. It was like crispy. It was an NPC. I was like, this guy is just going on. And Jeff said something about hockey, and then he just derailed right into that and started talking about players and all this shit. I'm like, what? Who the hell is this dude? And then he's outside. So Jeff and I are watching him outside, and we could have sworn he was talking to himself. He wasn't, but he was talking to somebody. But he was just, people were giving him his ID, and he was just talking to people. It's almost like, for me to talk like that, it's got to be like a perfect, like the stars are aligned and I'm going to sit and talk. Most of the time, I'll just clam up and I'll just stare at you uncomfortably and be like, oh yeah, she's hot. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stand here. So that's me. All right, so back to the cuck story. So Rob goes to pay out the tab. And Jeff and I are waiting by the door. Yes, Yashi, I want your favorite pickup line. And why this thing is delaying and stuff like that. I want to hear your pickup line. Chris, you don't go out to bars. I mean, sneaky Canadian, you don't go to bars. But so we're waiting, and then I see Rob talking to this girl. I was like, all right, well, let's go over here. So we go over, and they buy us shots. Or he gets shots, we do them, and she takes off. So Well, that's the thing. I can talk to everyone, and I don't know, like Sneak Canadian, if you have like you can feel vibes off people. Like I can feel like vibes off them if they're like want to talk. Like like body language. Like does she even care? No. Like there was an Indian girl yesterday. An Indian girl. Oh, she was real cute too. I wanted to talk to her. I did start talking to her, and it was real short. I was like, man, whatever. Talking to some dudes about the beer, but then that girl is back again, and so Rob, we all take off, and then we go back to the bar, and then she's back, and she's with her friend, and he's like, "Oh, this girl grabbed my ass." So I'm, obviously I see her, and she's pretty, she's really pretty, and I go, "Oh," I said, "Thanks for the shot earlier. It was cool," and like she gave me a hug and stuff like that, and then she goes, "Well, my husband's over there." I look back, and like the look on his face. It was like he's mortified. And Rob is like macking it to her. And I mean, I wanted to. I'm like, yeah, she was hot. And I said, is that dude a cuck? And it's like, he's just going to sit there and watch his girl like flirt with like 3 dudes at the bar? You know what's funny, Sneaky Canadian? I talked to probably, I'll be real, 3 girls. Each one asked to buy a drink. They said no. Like, that shit's different, dude. It ain't like the ain't back in the old days. Like, unless we're in the wrong spot. But at this place particular, no. I saw a lot of women buying the drinks for groups of people. Like, even for the guys. So, and that was the Indian girl. And I thought that she was the love of my life from Warsaw, and I wanted to ask her, was this you? Is this you? My missed connection. But she was really short. But yeah, and that girl was all about it, like flirting with us and hugging us, putting an arm around us, and her husband's just standing there in disbelief. We're trying to get him in to do a shot. I think that's, moving forward, I think that's what set the night off was doing the shots, because it was fireball, baby. But and then we went to the Spanish bar. Music was good. And it was cool because they had like one bar up front that had Spanish music, and then a bar in the back had like top 40 or whatever. They do. I think, as messed up as the whole Diddy shit, I think that opened the doors to like what is okay. Like, I think the cuck has been around, and people are just ashamed of. I think people are just ashamed of like what they feel. So like open relationships. I feel like that's super open. I think it's super popular these days. And I don't want to say popular is the word, but I want to say it's more common. Because say like you have kids and you're together, but you're like, we're together because of the kids. Why don't we see other people? Because like maybe they're not attracted to each other. Like maybe they were super young, and instead of just getting divorced, they're like, hey, why don't we have an open marriage? And they have ground rules. Like I knew buddies I knew grew up that their parents had an open relationship, and I mean they seemed happy. I mean the parents partied together. They had this beautiful house, but then like they had their rules, and they went to like swingers parties and shit like that. Who knows? I think it's 15 seconds, but no one's counting. Eventually, I'll get the paid version, and then like Instagram and like Facebook, I'll set up so it'll be live on like everything, and Instagram too, or TikTok. I think that might be a huge one. Get on there, but yeah, I think I was watching this podcast with Sean Ryan, and he had this girl on there, and she was this woman. She was a doctor. She was like a sex doctor. And I took a lot away from that, honestly. Like, it took a lot away, and it made me think about a lot of relationships that I've had, and then your kind of mindset going forward. And like one of the things he said that was more like choking, right? So choking is something that most people laugh about, but you'd be surprised the amount of people that like that shit. It's some people. People get stuck in what's the norm. You do normal shit, and you fucking pant, and then you're done. Like no, the choking thing adds in there. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it, you know. It's playful. The problem is people don't know when to when it's gone too far or like it gets too fucking weird. Like I'm looking for a glory hole. Like I want to make one, but who the hell am I gonna get to come on the other side? I'm fucking Andrew. Andrew may have to come over. I'm like here, knock on this door, and then Mr. Winky's gonna come through. I don't know, but that was interesting. Yeah, so I got like way off topic here. Oh, Yashu's uncomfortable. Yashu, when you start dating girls and dating in general is stressful because there's a lot. It's like fishing with no bait. You do it. So the issue is like you do a lot of work to, like, say you have the hots for somebody. You have the hots and you work to get to be with them, and then when you be with them, the chase is over, right? So she likes being chased, and you like chasing, and once that stops, things get stale. So I don't know. I am the worst person to give any advice on all that. I've been divorced twice, dude. I made every wrong decision. I don't even have any kids. That's the weird part. Out of all that, 0 kids. You'd figured I'd have like one with each marriage, and then, nothing, dude. I got nothing. And I ain't had no stepkids. I got nothing. I have nothing. I got a cat. I got a cat that I don't know where he went, but anyways. Yeah. But I gotta work on that. I keep saying it's usually when I learn when there's like a lot of dead air, people say to fill the space, and sometimes silence is alright. Anyways, I got stood up today, so that was fun. Supposed to meet some girl today for coffee, some woman older than I am. Part of me was happy that it didn't work out because I slept like 3 hours. 4 hours, and I got up at my normal time, and I felt like I was hungover, but because I didn't sleep and my routine's all screwed up, I just lay on the couch and watched my show all day and did some meal prepping. Other than that, I often wonder if I had kids somewhere with somebody. You never know. Yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, today was kind of a weird day, and talking about relationships, but hey, I'm just gonna roll with it. What am I gonna do? Fuck it. I was told once that I talk too much. Girls like mystery, and I wanted to yell some explicit vulgar. I didn't, but I wanted to. Yeah. People always tell you shit. Listen to here. Are you psycho? Yeah. So, Yashu, as you get older, you learn that there's red flags. Let them come find me 18 plus. Dude, I wonder if I have kids somewhere. But anyways, like, Yashu, as you get older, there are certain things that become red flags, right? So like my age, if there's a woman who has no kids and not been married, that's honestly like a red flag. Look at me. I'm a red flag. I have no kids and been divorced twice. I am the walking red flag. And I find it funny. I'm like, man, I'm a walking red flag. I should get a shirt that says I'm a red flag. is make a mockery. Fuck it. Shit just didn't pan out the way society makes it out to be. You know, some people. I got married young. I was in the army and shit, and it just didn't work out. You know, I mean, no kids, nothing. But yeah, that kind of went a different direction. Yashu got me on the whole. He's like, "Where is this going?" And I just wanted to really go on that one. Yeah, some people like the red flag. Oh, where else I want to go with that? I'm glad Andrew's here, the cuckster himself. That's cool. I did something funny today. I farted in my hand and I smelled it, bare ass, and it was pretty bad. It was bad. Yeah, it made me gag a little bit. Not as bad as smelling Jeff's puke. He's just glory. Dude, am I got daddy issues? Like, is that me? I'm the daddy issue? I have daddy issues? It's true. Yeah, I bet you. Damn, how cold did it get? My fucking heat's turning on? Huh. Yeah. I play a little Battlefield 6, and I tell you what, it's not bad. It is frustrating because you get so used to playing like a certain style. Oh, Jeffy, Chris, or Stinky Canadian. Let's I'm gonna send you a photo because of course when someone's kicked down, I gotta take photos. And I want you to look really close at those pictures. I forgot my phone's on. Thanks. Anyways, Battlefield 6. That game frustrates the hell out of me. And anybody who I know who plays it is having the same issue. It's an issue in the game. Like, the game looks good. I like customization. I just think the leveling takes forever. And glad you enjoyed that, Chris. The leveling is long. And there's no really easy way to level, but as soon as there is, they took it away. They had like this bot lobbies you can go, and then they took it away. They took the shit away. Makes no sense. So I played for an hour. I leveled the gun up like twice. But if I played Conquest, oh, forget it. I'm leveling shit. I'm going to be running for 3 minutes. I'm going to get sniped for some asshole. The game is full of campers still. Campers, I know, it's the game. But, man, sniping is super hard. So, they say trying to make it realistic and bullet drop, but the reticles on it I find you can't change them. So, every site has a default reticle, which is dumb. Because one of them is a circle with a dot. I mean, it's too much in the view, right? It should just be like a crosshair. That's it, and it'd be easier. It can't even change that. It's stupid. And then I'm running the DMR, so I'm shooting quick and just trying. You shoot your first one, and you kind of see where it lands, and then you you try to work that. And I'm like, I'm not hitting shit. And then you're running so every time like someone runs and I try to aim, it feels like my controller is drifting behind them. And then like it will do is it'll overcompensate and it'll go like way to the right. So one of my buddies was saying today when we're playing hockey. He was saying, I would notice that, like, when I'm shooting somebody, once in a while, it'll be, like, dead on. And then when I shoot again, it's, like, all over the place. And I don't, like, Call of Duty, I learned how to really control the joystick. There's times where I get kind of wonky, right? I get all cracked out and I just overshoot. But Battlefield, I kind of play the same way. And I don't really overcompensate, really. But then I find I'm fighting the right trigger or the right joystick constantly to get the shot. And it's like he's like, I'm catching him, gone. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I'm wondering if I gotta shoot in front. Like, leading is tough too. Like, but the game it's a good looking game. Like, it's cool. Like, I like it. Like, the customization isn't like, in Call of Duty you have overkill, so you just basically build 2 primaries. In this, like the class I want to play, I can't use because I actually found out with the assault I can do an SMG with a DMR, like 3 different DMRs you can pick from. So I have a little long range, but then I have super close range. So like, it's a good balance. But I want to play the engineer because that engineer, I want to play the recon. So I want like proximity mines and claymores, but that's a sniper and pistol. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? That's like only good for, I guess it is good for conquest if you're just going to perch up and just snipe all day. Which, hey, to each his own. I guess you just have to just figure out what you want. But the leveling system just takes forever. It's so dumb. And I had double XP on too, and it still took forever. What? Yeah, I'm excited for the Battle Royale. Give Call of Duty a run for its money. I love Call of Duty. I just don't like the way that it's heading. I guess it's becoming the new Fortnite with all the weird skins, and some skins are cool. Like, I guess if you're gonna do it, then not do it at all. Like, keep it like Battlefield just has. I think the skins are just the different color of the camouflage, or different operators are just different camouflage. I mean, getting killed by Predator is pretty cool. I'm the Burger King guy. I paid like $30 for that skin. I don't care. I bought it from like somebody in like DR because you can't buy a skin here, so that's cool. I enjoyed that. What I've been there's been a lot of videos on how to fix the aiming tuning, and hopefully they'll fix it in the future too, because it's kind of annoying. So like, you have to adjust your dead zone to overcompensate the amount of aim assist. But then what happens is your joystick will just constantly be just moving. So when you're standing still, you're moving. And if you lower too much, then it fights the aim assist. So yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild how intricate it can be. And I play in a scuff, so that's already intricate. I'm trying to think of what he was talking about that I paid for. Oh, probably because I paid for the game. Yeah, I did pay for the game. It had a great story. That Battlefield story was sick, but I liked it, but it was just so, like, I don't want to say futuristic, so technologically advanced that, like, oh, the cap's warning. I got to turn that off. I don't know how to do that. The Nightbot's mad at you. If Battlefield had something like, I want to say zombies, where you can take guns in and you can level them up and not worry about getting in like crack lobbies, and then you just get shit on for 20 minutes. And you're like, I got nowhere in 20 minutes. Oh, that's right, the skin. I bought that skin on eBay. Jeff and I both have paid for the same skin. What was the first game you ever played online? It was Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament would be the very first, and I played at my brother's house, and his connection wasn't great. I got massacred. I got massacred in Unreal, and then it turned into StarCraft. Warcraft, then StarCraft, and then that was like my online thing, and that's where like the trolling came in, and that was a fun time with the StarCraft was sick, dude. I always felt bad because we always played these corny 7 versus 1 comp stop, and then it just turned into every man for himself. We were all allies, and as soon as our person went dark, we knew that they were next. That we're gonna go hit them. Unreal was crazy. It was I don't even know what the point of the game was. You just run, and it was just blood and guts everywhere. So, yeah, and the chicken coop supposed to be working. Yeah, I remember the chicken coop. Yeah. Blue Knight. Yeah, yeah, you had the server, Blue Knight, and Soul 7 was one constant, man. And I never get how people got like so much so quick. And they like there's people that we turned on that just destroyed us. And like, you know, like what were the so you had the humans, the Terrans, right? The Zergs, and then who was you had the Zealots, you had the what the hell were they called? And they were just OP as hell. Oh, yeah, there was, and Paul always played them. So for me to end up to counter that, I would have to use like the siege tanks and battle cruisers, and literally just to hit one side and just go right for the core, because those things would just they turn into the hot chicken dudes, the Templars, and you just can't beat that. You can't. You send your observer in just to see shit. Oh, the Protoss. Yeah, the Protoss. Oh my god, dude. I'd be playing that game all the time. Carrier, yeah, I love the carriers. Then you upgrade them, all of them up, and you have your fortified openings, dude. Wait, the Archons, yeah. Who made the map? Paul, didn't you make maps, or did we find the maps? Remember the one that had, it was all the way around, was a base, and they're all sealed in with an open area. That was one of the maps. I thought one of you or somebody made maps, and we were able to play them. Yeah, I loved the Arnold Schwarzenegger talking from the siege tank, dude. Goliath Online. Schwarzenegger, he didn't do the fake Schwarzenegger. He didn't do the siege tanks. He did the Goliath Online. Maybe he did those. Yeah, he had made some maps. That was cool. And then he just shortchanged everybody on the crystals, so they just ran out, so they're all dead. Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool time, man. I liked Warcraft. I liked the original Warcraft with the orgs and stuff like that. Those things were like that was cool. And then it turned into like the first person open world thing, and I just pay a subscription for it. It looks cool, but I think even like Zelda went to like a first person open world kind of game. Yeah, the Goliath Online. Those things had their place too, but then you hit that cap of 200. Like, it was tough. Like, I never used the Marines or the Flame Dudes. I did if I had bunkers. I would have like a fortified bunker with the supply depots in front, the siege tank. I had a whole layering system. And then turrets all across the other side. Sometimes the turrets didn't do enough. Like, it was more like, peace out there, sneaky Canadian. Oh, where's I going with that? But the turrets didn't do a lot, but it gave you a warning something was coming, because the turrets could see the invisible observers. Was that right? Did they see them? No, they didn't see them. It was one of the things that Terran... I'm talking all Terran, because that's all I play. They had something where it could see anything invisible, because Paul would do is he would come in with the invisible carriers. Not the carriers. Yeah, were they carriers with the little guys flying out? and like it was like Independence Day. Like once they broke through the base, you just see all these things, and you see the little guys flying, and then like on the other end, the Hot Chicken dudes, the Templars, the Archons, they're like shitting on my base. Yeah, we played a phone. Which so speaking of that, Andrew, with the phone line, it was crazy because we had just dial up, and I was able to play that. I didn't get real good internet until I moved out, and then I think I got cable. The cloak carriers, man, fuck, it's sick, dude. Yeah, I think it was cable was the first I had, or maybe it was DSL. I think I had DSL first in my first apartment. That's the age of the internet. But 56K, we're able to. Like, I didn't have any really like latency issues or lagging. But look at now, like you can't play. I'm trying to think of what games you can play in 50. I don't think 56K even exists anymore. I think it's just all. Now it's fiber mic, or something. Excuse me. Yeah, man. All the adrenaline's running off from the game. And then, yeah, my legs are going to be sore. My calves are killing me. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. Oh, fucker. It's like right in the outside of the calf muscle. But once I get walking, I get broke up and it was fine. But like walking around, like if I sat for a while and stood up, they're like tight. Then my hamstrings were tight. Everything is tight. And the butthole's tight. Shit, 11 o'clock? Yeah, I'll go for another like 15 minutes and then I'll call it. I'm not going to put myself away. Let's do it tomorrow. I did a whole lot of nothing today. Actually, I was pretty productive. Watching shows. Being a bum. Being a bum ass dude. I kind of want to play StarCraft. I'm sure there's still servers out there. Come on, cat. You're yawning. I'm yawning. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. There you go. Want to hang out for a minute before we go upstairs? You blend into the couch, dude. You're the same color as the couch. A little bonehead. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I feel like all my energy just ran out. But yeah, the cat, everybody. He's literally blending into the couch. Yeah, the new chair is nice. It doesn't have that squeak. I mean, you hear like you move into leather, but there's nothing like the, and it's comfortable. I did a clean on it, and then I did a leather conditioner on it, so it's like slippery, but it's. Dude, here he goes. Watch, he's running away. He's gonna. Ow! Oh, shit. This cat. The cat makes a show here. Yum, yum, yum. Is he just gonna bite me over and over? I gotta cut his nails. Ow. Get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. It's my book. That's my goal for this week, is to finish this book that I'm reading called Dry. Not going in dry, but it's dystopian. So that's next on the agenda. Oh man, I'm gassing out here. Crashing out. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a few more. I'm trying to remember when I went online. Give it a good hour. Let me check real quick. Hang on. Oh boy. Oh, the only thing, the Jordans are awesome. They're super comfortable. The only problem with the Jordans are is they're a big shoe. If that makes sense. Like they fit nice, but there's a lot of like material. There's a lot of material. Well, if you, like they're sharp and they're so comfortable. They're so comfy. But if I want to wear like dress pants or like nice jeans, like last night I had these Under Armour ones, and they're like they remind me of the old shell tops, and it's like sleek. It's a small shoe, and it goes good with things. Like I don't got big feet. If I wear Jordans, it looks like I have big feet, and that's gonna be an issue meeting the ladies because they say about big shoes, big, and I'd rather have 'em see my small foot because then they know. They know what's up. Shit, lights on outside. I wonder if there's a bear out there. I haven't seen a bear back here in all summer. Now in the fall, I haven't seen one damn bear. I don't know where they all are. They're probably hanging out with Crispy in New Britain. Little bastards. Sorry, the red flag. But red flag definitely sounds like a not a good term. It's almost should be like the opposite. If it should be like almost like a unicorn, right? It's like there's somebody that is 40 that has no kids and divorced or not married at all. Or you get someone who is 40, has like 4 kids, and then they want Mr. Right. I'm like, and then they act like they're prude. I'm like, come on. Come on. Why are you acting like you haven't done this before? Oh. I think the online dating is definitely. I think online dating is more stressful than trying to go to meet somebody in like the grocery store or something. Because at least in the grocery store, you have, like for me, you can pick up vibes off people, connections, vibes. You can't do that from a picture. There's all these damn bots, especially like Tinder. Oh my God, dude. There's freaking bots all over the place. As soon as I see it, it's like a super hot chick, and she goes, oh, it's a match. I'm like, it's a bot. It's a bot. So what I do is when they match, I say, hey, what's your OnlyFans account? Because that's going to be what it is, dude. It is what it is. You're on OnlyFans. Like, there's no 36-year-old freaking 12 out there that is not with no kids. And you probably do, but like, I don't know quite what I'm trying to say, but like, you're not real. And if you are a 12, you're not on Tinder. Like, come on. That's like if you had the hots for like Keanu Reeves. You're not gonna see Keanu Reeves, or even let's see, whoever some hot dude is, Ryan Reynolds. You're not gonna see him on Tinder because he's getting flocked by these women. Like it is what it is. It's not gonna happen. The more and more I mess with, the social media for the podcast, and you start meeting people on there, and you start advertising, you learn that there's a whole different kind of reality when it comes to the social media conglomerate. It's not all what it seems. There's a lot. One of the big things I notice is that I even fall for it too, is people only. Oh, Mint Mobile. Did you actually have a Mint Mobile phone? I was curious about those. But Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool, I'm like, 100% beefcake right there. That's so cool. That's cool. Huh. Hmm. But a lot of shit on social media is not what it seems. And I think the younger generation gets that. They know more. They had access to more shit than we did. So, like, my generation is at the point, like, you'll see something and you're like, maybe, like, you question more shit. It's probably, is this fake? Is that? I don't know. But the younger generation is like, nah, it's fake. That's AI. That's everything's AI. That's fake. That's fake. Like, they're smart. They're real smart. A lot of them are. There's a lot of them that just oblivious. You'd be surprised on people who are just oblivious of the world as it is. Like, they have no care. They live in their bubble and they're good. And social media is a downfall of See, Yash, you think it's funny though, but if you really think about, like, Yashi, like you, Gunner, like you guys, like, you went down rabbit holes and people that it took me years to find, and you found them instantly. You hang out with old people to guide you from the shit that you see now. It's funny. But generational. I figured, Yash, you like probably 2 generations, 3 generations down from me. 2 maybe. I'm old as shit. Like, put it this way, when I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones. Like, that seems like ancient. And now, like, every kid's got a cell phone. I didn't get a cell phone. My first cell phone I went to T-Mobile on Broad Street, New Britain, and bought like a $350 flip phone because it was color. It had a color screen, dude. That's how much things have changed. I wish I had that T-Mobile phone. And it was all Polish women in there too. That was cool. And then that's when the iPhone came out. And I didn't get an iPhone until 2004 or 5, because I was working in a club. I had the Blackjack, the Samsung Blackjack, which is basically just a square phone. I love that thing. I don't know what it was, but that thing, and it had actual buttons on it. Man, that thing was cool. I actually looked that shit up, see if anybody has one of those. And now we're in a point in world where it's like you have an Android Galaxy, iPhone. That's it. Some phones try to make a comeback. Like, you have like a Razr, I think at one point tried to make a comeback. Then you had the phones that like open up, they fold. Those are pretty cool. But then, like, the screen's eventually gonna snap. No, I think just I've always been an iPhone guy. Some people like Android. I don't care. It's just crazy. It's like now it's like either you're on the left or you're on the right. You're either an Android or you're an iPhone. And if you're the other, you make fun of the other. Just like in politics. It's like it's done it by design. Nextel. Oh. Man, what did I have? The i860. Again, it had the colored screen. It had the games on it. Man. Nextel was great. You chirp somebody and you just blast like some inappropriate shit, and you have like this in public. You couldn't even hide from that shit. Yeah, because then Nextel was owned by Sprint, and then Sprint went belly up or bought out. And I don't remember when that happened, but I know they got bought out by, maybe it was AT&T. I remember Verizon used to be like the best service you can get. And I have Verizon, and they suck. Granted, I live like out a ways. I live, even though it's really not that far away from society, it is kind of deeper, but I have no signal. I had to have Wi-Fi on my truck just so I can play my games while I drive, because I couldn't do it before. I have no signal. Sorry, moaning. Yeah, and we all had our little nuances that we did to each other with that. Oh, what a time, dude! See, that's crazy. So, like, the young generation will never experience that. Like, there was an era of phases of phones that we had until the juggernauts came, and that was it. Now it's just a new iPhone. It's a new Galaxy. And that's it. Like, that's all there is. What was the Palm Pilot? The one that had the stylus in it was big too. It was this huge block, kind of like the Blackjack, and it had the built-in stylus, and you can write whatever. But those are cool too. Like, he had so many different variety of phones. Like, the Razors were cool. Then he had the Sidekicks. Like, T-Mobile had the Sidekick. Those things were cool. I think they tried coming out one of those again, because it's just, I don't think those things can just compete. I think most people don't even know what to do with that. The Palm Centro. Yeah, Vanessa had the Palm Centro. And then then everybody went to Nextel. Nextel was in. Everybody had the beep beep. Everyone was, and I remember Sprint had a push to talk for a while too, to try to compete with the Nextel, but by T-Mobile. T-Mobile. Huh. Wouldn't have seen that one. I know Metro is owned by T-Mobile too. Huh. Ugh. Going back in the day. Oh, the Omegle idea was to help advertise and promote the podcast. Like, I would do a setup like this with a split screen on here, and just talk to people and say, hey, I'm doing a podcast. I do a podcast called Engine with Friends. Check it out. And then maybe some dude jerking off, and I ask him too, and then I just watch it. I mean, I don't know. I think the reason why I brought it up is it's hard. Let's see. The best way to put it is it's hard to get somebody you don't know to like something that they don't know that you made, but because there's no human interaction into it. No human interaction in it. Bob had a baby, it's a boy. Oh, was that 10-10-3-2-1? Payphone. Oh. Prep catcher's video. But say you meet, you got some person on there, and they're streaming. You're like, hey, I do a podcast, or maybe they're doing a podcast, and you just kind of meet, and then you guys do a show together, and you build a relationship, and you get some of their followers, and they get some of yours. And I think the hard thing about anything nowadays is getting it, because it's so saturated, and it is 10 years ago, I would have been in a better position than I am now, because this wasn't public. But I mean, there's podcasts for days, which is fine. I think that there's more stuff to watch. That means more people can dial into more what they want to see. So I don't for me, I don't watch specific people. I watch who their guests are. I like Sean Ryan, Theo Vaughn, obviously. Fresh and Fit. I only watch Fresh and Fit when they had Tekashi 6ix9ine on there, and I kind of want to see that one because it's cool. You never hear him on a podcast, and I think that's what the big thing is a lot of people are jumping on. Candace Owens got her own podcast now. Everyone has their own podcast now, which is cool because the media is just become so untrustworthy. I mean, you watch the news for local, you have an accident, or there's traffic, or puppy adoptions and stuff like that. That's cool. But when you get into news of the world and politics, it gets super grainy, and each site kind of pushes its own narrative, and it's dumb. It's what happened to, this is why I think now is a time for independent journalists to really thrive. And there's a lot out there, but here's the problem with that. You have an independent journalist who goes to questionable events, and then to get labeled as something. Instead of you just being a journalist, now you're this. It's stupid. It's like, no, I represent myself. I'm doing real news. Like, let's go to a rally, or let's go to a protest, or let's go to a concert, and you interview people at a concert. How would you know what's really going on somewhere unless you're actually there? So I saw something that was wild when he had the No Kings protest in Connecticut, or fight that day, and there was a picture posted on MSNBC, but the picture they posted was actually from a rally from like the 70s. And I was like, I can't believe they're still doing this crap. But most people like me, I would never know that. Vegan protein burgers. Yeah, I love burgers. Actually, I don't mind eating vegan burgers. Like, I'd eat one, especially if it's free. I'm eating it. But think of like all the stuff that you see, like, oh, this is our turnout for our event, and it's not. It's not. Like, the camera work is amazing. They can make, like, if you look at a UFC fight, or even like a Bellator fight right away, when there's nobody even in there, the way it zooms in, it looks like it's a full house. They angle these things or whatever, and it's that movie magic, man. They make that shit look packed, and there will be nobody fucking there. And you'll never know unless you were there. Unless there's some journalist that's there just reporting on, talking to people, hey, we think of the fight. They may not interview the fighters, but they can interview people that are actually there and get their opinion. That's what we need more of them. And they're out there. They're kind of interviewing a lot of radicals. But radicals are where it's at, man. There's some crazy shit going on in the world, and the radicals are rising up, and you can't blame them. And I think being called a radical is just, a derogatory term for somebody who wants the truth. And that's what I learned too. Plus, a lot of reading I've been doing lately too is a lot of terms have just been labeled as somebody, because it's an easy way to just call somebody a term like, oh, well, you're a liberal, you're a Republican, you're a radical, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, no, my eyes are like this. They're not closed. I'm not blinded by reality. Now I see that this is an issue. I see there's holes in this problem, holes in this story. We want the truth. And I think society has gotten smart enough to know that the government looks out for the government. It's a business. People don't get that, but it is. Everything's a business. Everything is. And once you put your mentality and mind into a business standpoint, what is best for this business to succeed? Do we have to make really bad decisions to move this forward? Yeah. Companies do it all the time. Companies will, fire people, get rid of departments, change their policies. They'll do things. But then businesses also get funding. So the government can also sway their way into local businesses if they do certain things. And I think it's big in Hollywood. I think it's big in the music industry, where I was watching something the other day about it was a band. I think it was a band. And they said that they were getting paid by this agency to talk about this and their stuff. Who's getting paid crazy shit? Oh shit, dude! Best viewer streambo.com, dude. Thanks for the spam link, dude. I appreciate it. It's crazy. They promote bots on Twitch. Like, I got sidetracked again. How many bots are on Twitch? You watch. Okay, you've been waiting for this one episode of, say, whatever podcast you like. and they're big, and it drops that minute, and they have like 1,000 viewers already. How? You think, or 500,000 views already, or likes already? You know, once you enter into the social media deep state, so to speak, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff out there that is like pay to win. Video games have turned into pay to win. It's pathetic. These season passes, they're cheap, but you pay. So you pay for a game that's crazy, and you buy a season pass just to get a bunch of crap that you're going to get for free right after it's done. But we do it because we like it. We do it because we enjoy it. But that's how they get us. I think Call of Duty back in the day, we were able to, one person would pay for the maps, but then you can log into their account, download it onto your console, and then it would play. So I remember Crispy, I think Jesse might even been on that. Aaron, like we'd all rotate who would, or one person would always buy the maps, and then we'd all log in and re-download them. Yeah, God, what a different day. Chris, all right, before I get off, I'll do one more thing. Is Crispy, on my birthday one year, I had a PS3, and he was able to change the firmware back to, I forgot what firmware update, but that allowed you to jailbreak it and get max prestige, which was crazy to get. Man, I remember people trolling me, calling me a cheater, and I was laughing. I'm like, yeah. And then look at now, like you play video games now, how much cheating is involved with the cross-play. And, you know, part of me is like, well, if you can't beat them, join them, because they're not stopping it. Not saying I use a console, so I can't use cheats, but there are, like, if you go into that whole realm of cheats and stuff like that, I mean, it's huge. I'm sure it's huge. I'm sure there's free trials. I'm sure there's, like, you can buy for the month. Like, it's a whole different, gaming's a whole different thing than it used to be. But listen, I'm going to go grab something to eat real quick. I'm going to change, and then I'm going to bed. Maybe. But, all right, well, thanks for tuning in. Next Sunday is 50-50. Got a wedding to go to. I should be back. I should be on. I should be fine. Yeah, next Sunday. But, all right, you guys all have a good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side.